So, if you're a school-going student, or if you've passed 12th grade and you're interested in the field of computer science, then this video is just for you. Because in this video, we'll discuss what subjects you study in computer science when you choose this branch for 4 years. And along with that, I'll also give you important tips about which subjects are important from the placement perspective. Oh, and by the way, I'm a computer science graduate currently pursuing my MPhil in computer science. I've been through the sleepless nights, the coding chaos, and the exam stress. And now I'm here to help you navigate it all with confidence. Let's dive right in. A bachelor's in computer science, as of 2025, is a 4-year degree program divided into 8 semesters, with each semester introducing new subjects and skills to build your foundation in tech. In your first year, you'll go through semester 1 and semester 2. This is where your computer science journey begins. You'll be introduced to the basics that lay the groundwork for everything that follows. Alright, let's kick off with semester 1, the beginning of your CS journey. The most important subject here is programming fundamentals. This is where you learn how to think like a programmer. You'll dive into the basics of writing code, variables, loops, conditionals, functions, everything that becomes the foundation of your future programming skills. Trust me, nailing this subject early will make the rest of your degree a lot smoother. Next up, we have application of information and communication technologies. This one gives you a broad overview of how technology shapes the world, from networks and data storage to modern tools used in businesses and organizations. It's super useful for understanding the bigger picture of tech in daily life. Then there's discrete structures. Don't let the name scare you. This is like math, but CS style. It deals with logic, sets, functions, and basic proofs. Stuff that helps you understand algorithms and data structures later on. It's a brain workout, but worth it. We also have calculus and analytic geometry. Yup, it's math again, but this one builds the mathematical foundation needed for areas like machine learning, computer graphics, and even AI. It's not just numbers, it teaches you how to think analytically. And finally, functional English. Now you might be thinking, why English in a CS degree? But hear me out, communication is everything. You'll need to write reports, emails, and even document your code. Strong English skills make you a better team player and professional. Altogether, this semester adds up to 16 credit hours and sets you up for the exciting road ahead. Let's keep going. Alright, moving on to semester 2. And let me tell you, this is where things get serious. First up is Object-Oriented Programming, OOP, one of the most important subjects in the entire degree, but also one of the most challenging for many students. This is where you move from basic programming to thinking in terms of classes, objects, inheritance, and polymorphism. It really takes your coding skills to the next level. When I studied this back in my degree, and yep, I recently graduated in 2024. We learned it using Java, but some universities also teach it in C++ or Python. Here's the truth. Most software development jobs require strong OOP concepts. So don't just aim to pass this subject, master it. Next is database systems, another super high-value skill in the job market. Databases are everywhere, from websites and apps to enterprise software. You'll learn about SQL, data modeling, normalization, and how to actually build and manage databases. This one also needs a lot of practice. But trust me, if you do it right, job opportunities will open up big time. Now, one of my personal favorite subjects, digital logic design. I genuinely enjoyed this. In this course, you'll go under the hood of a computer, how it really works at the circuit level. Think logic gates, truth tables, flip-flops, and how data flows through hardware. It connects the dots between software and hardware and makes you appreciate the complexity behind a simple Hello World program. Then there's multivariable calculus. Okay, fair warning, this subject is tough, especially if you're not super confident with math. It involves partial derivatives, multiple integrals, vector fields. All things that are deeply connected to machine learning, computer graphics, and physics engines. Many students struggle here, and some even have to repeat this course. So, give it the respect it demands. Finally, we have linear algebra, another math-heavy subject, but super important for fields like AI, machine learning, computer vision, and data science. You'll learn about vectors, matrices, eigenvalues, and more. It can be abstract at first, but once you see how it's used in the real world, it clicks. So yeah, semester 2 is intense, no doubt about it. But it's also a huge leap forward in your CS journey. Stay focused, stay consistent, and you've got this. So there you go. That's year 1 of your CS degree. From learning your first line of code to understanding how computers tick. Semester 2 brings the real challenge. But it's also the semester where you start feeling like a real computer scientist. First off, congratulations. If you've made it to semester 3, give yourself a pat on the back. The first year of a computer science degree is the hardest for many, and CS has one of the highest dropout rates of any major. So if you're still here, still coding, still pushing through, you're already ahead of the curve. Let's keep that momentum going. Here's what you'll study in semester 3. Data structures. This is one of the most critical and challenging subjects in all of computer science. You'll dive deep into arrays, linked lists, stacks, queues, trees, heaps, and graphs, and learn how to store, organize, and manipulate data efficiently. It's not just about writing code, it's about thinking like a computer scientist. And yes, interviews for software jobs almost always include questions from this course. So don't skip the practice. Information security. Okay, this one's my personal favorite, and I think many of you will love it too. Information security, or cybersecurity, is all about how we protect data, systems, and networks from threats. You'll learn about encryption, authentication, malware, firewalls, and basic ethical hacking techniques. It's super engaging. Think real-world hacks, password cracking, and how the internet defends itself. This course opens the door to a fast-growing, high-paying field. And it's anything but boring. Artificial intelligence, AI. AI is the hottest field in tech as of 2025. And this course is your introduction to it. You'll cover concepts like search algorithms, knowledge representation, neural networks, and decision-making. It's the foundation for machine learning, natural language processing, and robotics. Whether you want to build smart apps or work in AI research, this is where it all starts. Computer networks. Ever wonder how your device connects to the internet or how data travels across the world in milliseconds? In computer networks, you'll learn about network models, especially the OSI and TCP/IP models, routing, IP addressing, protocols like HTTP and FTP, and how the web works under the hood. This course gives you a big picture understanding of the connected world, and it's vital for back-end devs, DevOps engineers, and cybersecurity pros. Software engineering. Time to start thinking like a team. Software engineering is about how large-scale software is designed, built, and maintained. You'll study SDLC models like Agile and Waterfall, UML diagrams, testing strategies, and project documentation. This course sets you up for real-world development, where it's not just about code, but planning, teamwork, and delivery. Probability and statistics. And yes, it's time for more math. But this one, it's absolutely essential for modern CS fields like AI, data science, machine learning, and cryptography. You'll cover probability distributions, Bayes' theorem, hypothesis testing, mean variance, standard deviation, and more. It may seem abstract at first, but this course helps you make sense of uncertainty in everything from spam filters to stock predictions. This semester ramps things up, both in complexity and relevance. By the end of it, you'll have real technical depth in data structures, AI, and security, plus math that actually powers modern tech. You're no longer a beginner, you're becoming a true computer scientist. Welcome to Semester 4. You're officially halfway through your computer science degree. Things are getting more specialized now, and this semester brings a mix of core technical knowledge, brain-twisting theory, and some general education requirements you've just got to power through. Let's break it down. Computer organization and assembly language. Let's start with the core subject this semester, computer organization and assembly language. And I'll be honest with you, this subject, it's kind of boring for most students. You'll learn about how a computer works at the machine level, CPU architecture, instruction cycles, registers, and assembly language programming. It's super important for understanding how software talks to hardware, but it's dry, and the concepts can feel disconnected at times. Just stay consistent and you'll get through it. Theory of automata. Now here comes the big one, theory of automata. Brace yourselves. This subject is a nightmare for many CS students. It's abstract, theoretical, and feels more like math than programming. But don't panic. Your girls are pro in this subject. If you want me to make a full playlist breaking it down step by step, drop a comment below and hit that subscribe button. I got you. You'll study things like finite automata, regular expressions, context-free grammars, and Turing machines. Basically, how computation itself is defined, applied physics, natural science. Now, depending on your university, applied physics might be offered in semester 1, 2, or 4. It varies. Wherever it lands, just know this. Most students struggle with it. You'll deal with motion, forces, energy, electromagnetism, and their application in computing. It's tough but important for fields like hardware engineering, simulations, and even game development physics engines. Expository writing, this one's not CS specific. It's a general education requirement, GER, common in most bachelor's degrees. But don't dismiss it. You'll improve your ability to write clearly, logically, and persuasively, which is a huge asset when writing research papers, technical documentation, or even blog posts as a developer. Islamic Studies. Another general course. This is part of the core curriculum in many universities. It's more relaxed compared to your CS subjects, and it gives you a mental break from all the technical crunch. Use it to refresh and recharge. So, semester 4 is a mixed bag. Some theory-heavy stuff like automata, some dry but essential content like assembly, and a few gen ed courses to round it all out. But don't worry, I'm here to make it easier. Just hit that like, subscribe, and let me know what subject you want help with next. Trust me, we're in this together. Let's keep pushing forward. Okay guys, huge congratulations. If you've made it to semester 5, you've officially completed half of your computer science degree. The dropout phase is behind you. Now it's time to start building real-world skills and projects that make you job-ready. This is the semester where you should really start working on your portfolio, personal projects, and maybe even prepping for internships. Let's dive in. Operating systems. First up, operating systems. And honestly, it's one of the most interesting and easiest subjects in your entire degree. You'll learn how operating systems work under the hood, memory management, CPU scheduling, process synchronization, file systems, and more. If you've ever wondered how your computer actually runs programs, this subject answers it all. And hey, want me to create a full playlist on operating systems? Comment below and hit that subscribe button and I'll make it happen. HCI and computer graphics. Next, we have human-computer interaction and computer graphics. HCI is all about designing user-friendly software, understanding user behavior, and creating intuitive interfaces. It's more creative and psychological than technical. Computer graphics introduces how images are generated, pixels, rendering, modeling, and maybe even some OpenGL or WebGL basics. These two subjects combined are a fun mix of design and tech. Computer architecture. Now let's talk about computer architecture. Okay, I won't sugarcoat it. This one's a bit boring for most students, but it's core and it teaches you about how computers are built. Buses, memory hierarchies, pipelining, instruction-level parallelism, all that good low-level stuff. It might feel dry, but it lays the groundwork for advanced performance optimizations. Mobile app development. If you're aiming for a career in app development, this subject is a great place to start. You'll typically build Android apps. I studied this in Java, but some universities now teach it using Kotlin or even Flutter/Dart. You'll create real apps with UIs, databases, and maybe publish one by the end of the course. So make the most of it. Web technologies. Yes, web technologies. In my degree, we covered this in semester 4. But like I always say, it depends on your university. This subject teaches you web development, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, PHP, and sometimes even a bit of MySQL or React. It's one of the most in-demand skills, so I highly recommend putting effort into your projects here. Try building a personal website or portfolio. Welcome to semester 6, friends. If you've made it this far, pat yourself on the back because this is where things get serious and super technical. This semester is packed with electives that let you explore your interests, whether that's programming, math, cybersecurity, or systems. Let's break it down, one subject at a time. Compiler construction, domain core, 3 credit hours. Okay, brace yourselves. Compiler construction is one of the most difficult subjects in your CS journey. Its prerequisite is theory of automata, and if you struggled with that, buckle up. Because this course is next level. You'll learn how high-level code is translated into machine code, lexical analysis, parsing, syntax trees, and building your own mini compiler. Many students don't clear this on the first try, but guess what? Your girl aced it. If you want me to drop a complete compiler construction playlist, comment below and subscribe. I've got you covered. A parallel and distributed computing. Next up is a super relevant subject in today's world of cloud and multi-core processing. Parallel and distributed computing teaches you how to split programs to run across multiple threads, processors, or even machines. You'll learn about synchronization, deadlocks, thread scheduling, MPI, and cloud infrastructure basics. It's challenging but very powerful if you're aiming for back-end or high-performance computing roles. Advanced programming, visual programming. Yes, visual programming. When I studied this subject, we worked in C# with Windows Forms, and it was really fun building GUI-based applications. You'll learn event-driven programming, drag-and-drop interface development, and how to connect UIs to back-end logic. This is a great subject if you love app development or plan to go into UI/UX heavy roles. Numerical analysis. Okay, hands down. My absolute favorite subject, numerical analysis. This one is all math, solving equations numerically, interpolation, numerical differentiation, and integration. And fun fact, I got the highest marks in the university in this course. If you love math or struggle with it and want to learn from someone who's mastered it, comment below if you'd like me to create a full numerical analysis playlist. Web engineering. Web engineering is all about the software engineering behind web systems. You'll go beyond basic HTML, CSS, and look into web app design patterns, frameworks, security, architecture, and even deployment practices. Think full stack concepts like MVC, REST APIs, and server client architecture. Crucial skills if you want to become a professional web developer. Cybersecurity. Let's talk about cybersecurity. This subject gives you a real-world understanding of threats, attacks, encryption, firewalls, intrusion detection systems, and ethical hacking. It's one of the hottest fields in tech. And trust me, there's a massive demand for skilled professionals in this area. So if you're curious about how hackers think and how systems defend themselves, this is the course for you. You've officially made it to the last lap of your CS degree. And now, it's time to turn everything you've learned into something real. Semester 7. This semester is where your final year project, FYPI, kicks off. You'll plan, design, and build the base of your project. It's also a light semester in terms of theory, so you can focus heavily on your project and practical skills. Subjects include Final Year Project, 2 crore hours. You'll choose your topic, finalize your team, write the proposal, and start developing the base architecture or initial modules. Here are some of my tips for you people. Choose a topic you're passionate about. Pick a tech stack you're confident with or excited to learn. Aim for a problem-solving project. Don't just build a clone app. Keep documentation from day one. It'll save you in the 8th semester. Use Git/GitHub for version control. Analysis of algorithms, a theoretical subject, but a must-know for software interviews. You'll study divide and conquer, greedy algorithms, dynamic programming, time and space complexity, and much more software testing and quality assurance. Elective. You'll learn how to test software, find bugs, write test cases, and understand automated testing tools like Selenium or Junit. A very practical course for aspiring testers or quality engineers. Marketing/business and entrepreneurship courses. Supporting and general education courses like Introduction to Marketing Technical and Business Writing, Entrepreneurship. These help you build communication, pitching, and business understanding, especially useful if you're planning a startup or freelancing. Welcome to the final semester, Semester 8. Can you believe it? We're officially in the last semester of our CS journey. If you've made it this far, give yourself a round of applause because this wasn't easy. But hey, now it's time to wrap things up and finish strong final year project, part 2, 4 credit hours. This is where everything you've been building for the past semester comes together. In FYP Part 1, you started the foundation, and now in FYP Part 2, you're expected to finalize your system, complete all modules and testing, prepare your documentation, present and demo your project like a pro. Need help on how to present your FYP or write documentation? Just let me know in the comments. I'll drop a whole video series for you. Other subjects you'll study. 1. Ideology and Constitution of Pakistan, 2 crore hours. A general education course. You'll learn about the creation of Pakistan, constitutional history, and the ideological framework of the country. It's not hard, but yes, you gotta put in some reading effort. 2. Arts and Humanities/Professional Practices, 2 credit hours. This course is all about ethics in computing, professional responsibilities, and how to handle real-world dilemmas as a CS professional. Important for placements and interviews. 3. Civics and Community Engagement, 2 credit hours. You'll study how to contribute back to society, community involvement, and civic responsibility. A relaxed course, great for boosting your GPA if done right. So, what now? This is the semester to start applying for jobs, internships, or even launch your own startup. Your portfolio should be ready, your GitHub active, and your LinkedIn profile clean and professional. You're not just a student anymore. you're a computer scientist in the making. Let's finish this degree like champs. If you want help with FYP ideas, demo tips, or job prep, drop a comment below and subscribe. You already know your girls got you covered. And that wraps up your complete guide to the computer science degree. From day one all the way to your final year project. If you made it this far, you're already ahead of the game. Trust me, most students drop out in the early semesters. But not you. You're here, you're committed, and you're ready to thrive. Now, if you're still wondering which degree is right for you, I've got you covered. Click here if you're confused between computer science and software engineering. I'll help you figure out which one fits your style, skills, and future goals. Or click here if you're deciding between software engineering and IT. I break it down clearly so you know exactly what to expect from each path. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss a tip, a playlist, or a pep talk from someone who's been through it all.